Namaste, my amazing, beautiful Patreons. I hope everyone is doing well. It is so good to see you all right now. I wanted to make a video and touch bases with everyone, and I wanted to give you guys a quick update with some personal energies. Sorry, I just have some papers flying out of the way right now. But I wanted to touch bases with you guys, give you guys a quick update on what's going on in my personal life, as it's going to be very relevant to everything that I continue to put out in the future. So what I'm going to share with you about what I have going on is exciting, and I'm excited to share it with you. A quick heads up though, I'm also sitting in the middle of a raven's nest right now. So as soon as I came and sat down, I've had about, I would say, like 8 to 10 ravens that have just been circling me. They're not really happy that I'm sitting here. They were squawking at me for about 20 minutes, but they've actually stopped. So they're definitely defending their area. This is the raven area, and I understand that. I get it. This is y'all's area. I'm not trying to hurt you guys. But yeah, so but I wanted to give you an update on my personal energies, and then I want to walk you guys through a few visualizations. If I get through all of them today, I may only get through 1 or 2. But I am going to try to get at least 3 visualizations uploaded that are all within the same, I guess, awareness. And so it will kind of help expedite at least this portion of this detailed, fine-tuned visualization within the astral body, within the astral structures of your energetic field. So the visualization that we do is going to strengthen your connection to the eternal flames of Amoraea. And I am also getting bit by some mosquitoes, so I might start scratching myself here soon. If it gets too bad, I might have to get up and move, but so I just wanted to tell you guys real quickly. So the flames of Amoraea, these are considered the eternal ethos flames. And these will reveal themselves through many different activations within your ascension awareness, right? One way that they come through is they come through the pillars, because once you kind of establish the pillars within your field, whether that is the pillars within your utal or your universal tree of life, those are considered pillars. There's also 4 pillars that uphold higher gate structures, and those are also called the Roosh pillars. So there's lots of different pillar activations that you can go through. These are solidified when you get deeper into, or this awareness comes online more when you get deeper into grid keeper and grid worker consciousness, because what happens is your individual morphogenetic structures mimic and mirror what you are consciously perceiving within the planet's morphogenetic structures. And so these pillars are upholding these stargate signets. They're also holding the grid structures. They're upholding a lot of different other quantified spectrums of multi-leveled matter structures within the density fields. Okay, so essentially you'll kind of come into the flames of Amoraea as you come more into pillar consciousness, gate site consciousness, gate site activations, accessing gates, transducting through gates internally, or even having, sacred rituals, sacred acts in the physical. All of this is coinciding what's playing out in a quantified spectrum within your own morphogenetic structure. Okay, so these are essentially high-level 12-strand DNA activations with accelerated accretion levels to the 48 genetics. Now, I know that's a lot, but that technically means that you've gone through like 5 rounds of 12 DNA strand activations. And so that would, wow, there's like a lot of mosquitoes. I'm getting really bit up. I'm gonna try to keep going, but they are like really biting me. I think I've been bitten like 3 times now, so I might need to move. I don't know. This is just like, this is the area for mosquitoes and ravens. Sat in the mosquito and raven land. Okay, sorry guys. Basically what I wanted to tell you was though is my personal news. Okay, so I feel I've been guided to keep traveling because I did the gay site activation in Malibu Beach, California. It was fantastic, and I really feel the universe kind of just opened everything up and allowed everything to align so synchronistically. Yeah, I gotta get going, guys. I'm gonna finish this video in another spot, so hang tight with me. Okay, so I found a new spot, one that is not, you know, taken over by mosquitoes and stuff like that. So we are gonna have the noise of the cars going by on this side, and then also people jogging and stuff in the background, just because this is a very popular spot. But yeah, so back to it. So the personal news is I have been guided to keep on traveling. The grids have been basically coming alive for me and are legitimately, I feel like, just because the last couple years I have been so heavily invested in studying the grids, studying the gate sites, studying the ley lines, studying subcontinental formation, studying how everything is mechanically functioning, that I just really feel like that investment has literally and legitimately picked me up energetically, my spirit body, my light body, and is carrying me to some other places, some other really amazing sacred locations. So I will be traveling to the Kali crater in Tallinn, Estonia. So Estonia is a small country that was just established their freedom in 1991. It's right next to Russia, Latvia, Lithuania. It borders the Baltic Sea. And so I'm going to go there and visit the Kali crater, which is interesting because I've been called to do a lot of deeper healing work within the Kali energy, within the Hydra templates collectively. So I'm going to go there and do a major healing and activation that I'm going to film. I'm also trying to get to the Syrian Stargate in Moscow, Russia, before the Lion's Gate, basically to bring through galactic templates from Laniakea supercluster nations, where higher cosmic encoding is bringing forth wisdom, because there are a lot of interventions and stuff being initiated from the Laniakea Command Center at this time. So I am tuning into that, and so I'll be there to do some intervention work on the Stargate sites, mainly the Syrian Stargate site in Moscow, Russia. So it's going to be really interesting because the Russian government, you can only get in by bus or train, and their government, their patrol, their police, their military that monitors people coming in and out takes footage out of people's phones. So I'm really hoping that I can get in there and get a good activation without getting the footage taken. So it's going to be really tricky, but I think that the universe just has a way of making things happen for me. So I'm excited to give it a try. And I also may have the potential at some point to be going to the Stargate site in Giza, Egypt. This would be the Solar Regulan Draco Gate. But before getting home completely, I'm hopefully going to hit up two of the Stargate sites in New York, Staten Island and Manhattan. So this, of course, will all work out accordingly to the vision that I have seen, and all of the soul contracts that are involved, that will allow for this to happen as long as those agreements are still in everyone's highest union. So I'm really excited to be embarking on this journey, and we'll see how many Stargate sites I can get to this summer. So as many as I can get to, as many as that will be activated, downloaded, encoded, and brought forth the interventions that have been needed to come through these galactic portals and pillars. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a lot of anchoring the energy in. You know, there's a lot of reasons that we go as grid workers. It's interesting. I realize that once you invest yourself into the grids, they really do conspire to uphold you. So the more that you dive deeper into that inner core structure within yourself, within the bone density, within the matter density, within these first and second density structures, the more that it starts to conspire and uphold you from the first level, from the base levels. And so that's kind of what I'm really seeing unfold and play out for me. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get to the first visualization that we're going to use. I'm going to call this one the Ectoplasmic Blue Flame Awakening. Ectoplasmic. Yeah, I like that. I like the sound of that. And so that sounds good. We'll call it the Ectoplasmic Blue Flame Awakening, even though we are going to actually work with the blue flame and also the gold flame. We're going to work with them in the shape of teardrops. And for this visualization, I've actually printed out some teardrops because I want you guys to be able to really visualize exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So I did one for the silver. Now these are supposed to represent flames. These are supposed to represent the ethos flames. But essentially, I want you to visualize them as a teardrop structure. I did one for the blue as well. And then also for the gold. And this is really necessary right now because this is going to unlock the awareness in the densities 1 and 2. This also continues off of the visualization that I did from the Trinity Gate site in Malibu Beach, California, where we essentially brought up the astral feed line from the core of the earth. Remember, that's what we were restoring at that gate site, was that disconnection from the astral feed line that's basically harvesting souls and is what is feeding off of mass exodus. And it trifurcates off into multiple realities. That's why it's called a Trinity Gate. But essentially, this is what we did, was we brought up the astral feed line. So we're going to be going through a similar visualization right now, but now things are going to get a little bit more detailed according to visualizing the flames. So these teardrops, like I said, will represent the flames. And the shape symbolism is according also to the color frequency spectrum as well, which is very, very important to utilize color frequency spectrum when working with any type of visualization in terms of trying to activate the awareness to the subtlety bodies, the auric level, the catheric level, the astral level, all of the telluric levels, the crystal body levels, all of these like different levels of slices of the radiative quantum spectrum of pre-matter templates that are existing within particum and partiki and the antimatter, and all of these structures essentially. So the color frequency is a navigation tool essentially. So I'm going to go through 3 visualizations total, one for bringing up and harnessing the blue flame, and then the gold flame, and this therefore is going to open up the density radial passages to harness and bring up the deep emerald green flame. So we'll go through another visualization, which I know my pictures aren't great and I like print all these out, but I mean it's one way to have a visual. And so we're going to go through a visualization where we bring this into 5 major centers in the body, and we actually hold the flame for 10 seconds. And so this is one of the deepest purifications, I think, visually that we can honestly go through from this ethos levels of consciousness. Because all of these flames, the blue, the gold, the violet, and the green, and the silver, are all activations to like atomic and elemental planes of the core God worlds. And they work in various beneficial ways, such as transmutation, healing, and core strengthening and astral capacities. The awareness of this and the abilities of this psychically and telepathically. Also planetary healing, as at this point in time, it is crucial to keep these realms anchored into the earth. Because there's a lot of people working with the flames, the blue flame, the violet flame, but the more that we cohesively start to essentially really work with these flames intentionally. We really anchor them into the earth. And right now the astral plane, these veils are removed. So there is so much merging with the astral plane. One of those identifications is through light ray spectrums within the sun, within I don't want to say at environmental, but at atmospheric levels, right? Super identifiable right now. But essentially, there's been more veils removed. So this astral plane is, we are walking astral auric fields. And so it's just becoming more and more visible. And if we lose our connection to the astral realm globally, souls will not reincarnate here anymore, okay? If we globally lose the astral cord, souls could become trapped in degradation prison fields. And this is actually what is happening. This is a part of the harvesting. What happens is a collapse could harness the souls also in time capsules. That's been happening repetitively throughout history, through the fall of Atlantis. And I do feel that those time capsules are held within the Orion fields, but essentially, this has been happening to previous past civilizational leaders. They're actually hosted in time warps and capsules. This is how I actually see their empathic bodies when I implode into to remote view something. So essentially, currently, right now, we have a lot of deep shadow veils that have crossed spears, right? Shadow veil crossed spears that have basically holographically inserted, a holographic insert that has come over all languages, all acts. Like, people don't make sense. This is all you hear. This is all you see, right? This is because the light isn't getting properly filtered. The ethos flames are not getting properly filtered because the blue ray is going under major blocking and major tampering right now. And they're actually doing this through your cell phone device. Okay, they're altering your spectrum of blue ray light frequency from your phone. Okay, so this is a part of this transhumanist agendas and things like this. But essentially what we're doing, the work that we're doing today, this is going to assist restoring this on a level of purification, protection, within building of the structures of your eternal flame identity individually, planetarily, because every time that we visualize this, we are building the mind's, the collective mind's capacity to more easily host the reality field collectively and then exit more fluidly. So doing this visualization, and I know I keep going on and on right now, but it's all relevant, it's all really important. But this essentially is going to restore a level of purification and protection of your eternal flame identity, because every time that we visualize this, we are building the collective mind's capacity to more easily host the reality field collectively and then exist more fluidly as it. Because we're already becoming it anyways. We are already becoming ethos consciousness. We are becoming the flame. I am the flame. You are the flame. Okay, and we are existing fluidly as this. Like, this will be what people will first see when they step into my field, because I am visualizing this. I am directing. I am the director of my quantified spectrum. Okay, that's what ethos consciousness is. You become the galactic super colossal intelligence that upholds humanity. And so therefore you're a directive collective mind. And so this does also help restore the poles and the polarity thrones of power. So I did put something out on my Facebook, and I'm about the polarity, about the thrones of power. And just to kind of give you the way I'm seeing it from a Laniakea perspective. And also, as we continue to access consciousness into the eternal ethos planes, we then become the flame fields and the pillars as geometric structure, right? I just kind of said that, but essentially, we're like navigating the geomancy, and we are just like, it's kind of similar to light language. When you are writing light language or speaking light language or talking light language, what you're actually tuning into is elemental accretion as shift occurs. That's exactly what you're tuning into. So it's kind of like the same thing when you are accessing this consciousness in the eternal ethos plane. We become the flame fields. We become the actual geometric structure as shift occurs. And this exalts a supercharged crystal hydroplasmic light body. Okay? This visualization will be power flame seal with all 7 creation rays. So this will boost your capacity to create orbs, send orbs, leave orbs, communicate as an orb. Also shield your consciousness body as bilocated ethos. So this does sound complicated, but all of this is possible, I promise you. Through these activations and concentrated thought, you will be able to achieve these things. Okay, so all of these activations are working cohesively with the Roosh pillars in the planet and inside of your body. These are the midway point visualizations to higher level eternal standing wave flames. This is where one gains awareness to 3 spherical scalar standing wave fields. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do this visualization. So here we go. We're going to do this visualization.